Christmas again! It's been Christmas again, and so now we're fully restocked with games and books and clothes and Geralt and sweets. And, oh, speaking of sweets, here is this year's marzipan from my mum. Check it out! Yeah, you've been asking about it. Loads of people have been going, what about the marzipan, Dave? Well, there it is. Oh, I just want to eat that eye. It's a bit of jelly tot, apparently. BB-8's, they're not long for this world. In fact, I can see myself just ripping his little head off there and whoop, nearly dropping it. Oh, there it is. Ooh, oh, she says to be careful of the antenna because it's got a little stick in it. Boop. There we go, little stick. Oh, I'll start with the little bit of jelly top. Oh, caught it. Yay. Oh, I like it. Oh, so thanks for that, Mum. And then on my wife's side of the family, I was given quite the best pair of socks that has ever been manufactured. No, I mean it. No, I mean it. Look at this. Can you even believe that these socks exist? And now it's 2017! And you know what that means? We made it! Champion! This year has been famous for its endless barrage of celebrity deaths and the rise of far right-wing ideology, and just everything is really getting quite sort of... So we've all been thinking of 2016 as a generally awful year, but that's not true across the board. There's all sorts of good things that went on in 2016, even if they seem a little bit overshadowed by that sort of thing. There's a handy article full of all these graphs and stuff showing all the good stuff that happened, if not necessarily in 2016, then like the trends that were moving upwards, and then, you know, they continue to move upwards in 2016. But there are a couple of things that happened recently that are genuinely good. Did you know pandas not endangered anymore? Yep, they're fine now. Yep, WWF are going to have to change their logo. That's the only one I can think of offhand, but there's a few more like that. Stuff like, you know, universal poverty rates being down and things like that. And if I can find it, I'll put the link in the description for that, although no promises because I'm not sure I can find it. And on a personal note, across 2016, my wife and I have met and generally gathered quite a host of lovely people. On our streams, on our Discord, and in a personal sense equally, but in a gratitude sense especially on my Patreon, we have gathered quite a group of people who are all, right down to the last person, just lovely, it would seem. We're always having nice natters, and on the Patreon actual Google Hangouts, and you're all just great. So thanks ever so much, and I hope you'll stick with me in the following year. I've got some really silly ideas, and we're going to have quite a lot of nice time. Quite a lot of a nice time is what we're going to have. Please don't let 2016 get you down too much. By the way, there's been quite a bit of pushback against the idea that 2016 is what is to blame for all of this horror. 2016 is, of course, a completely arbitrary number put on a fairly arbitrary date by us. Time and its general march of mortality do not care about the number 2016 or the number 2017, but nevertheless, I still nominate 2016 as a perfectly worthy and entertaining scapegoat for all of it. There is something extremely cathartic in blaming 2016 as a kind of an ethereal being for all of the ill that happens in the world, and I personally, when celebrities start to die in 2017, will be calling that 2016 as well. We can futilely rail against the presence of bits of 2016 on our shores and try to deport them back, only to discover that actually it's not their fault at all, and we pretty much put the whole thing on a scapegoat. Who knows what'll happen, but here's a way of thinking about it, and now I think about it, it's quite a trite way of thinking about it, but I'm going to say it anyway. Think about this. Cast your mind back to 10 years ago. Think about what the difference was between the world of 2007 and the world of 2017. Remember, 2007 was before the financial crash. Something of a wonderland when you think back on it. Consider that right now, we are 10 years ago. In 10 years, we're going to look back at ourselves right now and go, gosh, think of all of the people and all of the things that they still have, and the experiences they're yet to have that were really good over those 10 years. If only we could relive those again. Here we are then, 10 years ago, and everyone's still here, is still here, so let's enjoy it. Think of everyone who survived 2016 and concentrate on the fact that they did, and they're here. Look, I'm determined to enjoy 2017. I'm going to do good stuff in 2017, and I'm going to invite you into as much of it as I possibly can, and that's what you should do as well. Anyone who has a YouTube channel, or like just a Twitter account, any social media stuff, anything at all, use it to show us all the good stuff that there is in your life. And maybe we can all just start clamping on, you know, each other's good stuff onto our own lives and we can all have a nice time. If you are watching this, then congratulations. You have survived the year that arbitrarily happens to have contained the highest number of bad things that I'm aware of in a year during my life, basically. Good and bad stuff happen at random, and wherever randomness is involved, sometimes you can get a good chunk of one or the other all at once. Let's hope that's what 2016 was, and 2017 has all sorts of happiness in it. And despite all of the awful people who want you to have a horrible time, the best way to get back at them is to have a nice time. So, let's see what we can do, shall we, in 2017. Bye!
Team Tomato Dave, Team Tomato Dave, www.youtube.com/Team Tomato Dave.